Hey everyone, this is Noise Seal, and this is going to be part 2 of my Master Grade Zeong review, in which we'll be going over the internal frame, and I'll also give you my final thoughts on this kit. Okay, so this is what the Master Grade Zeong looks like all naked. You can probably tell that it doesn't have a full internal frame, seeing as this bottom skirt piece here is one huge piece that everything under here attaches to, and it also attaches to the body, so I can't really take that off and show you the internals under there. I'm going to do that later. So the head is a lot smaller without the external armor parts and very simple. You can also see that it actually doesn't feature a cockpit, which it actually should. It's just once you open that cockpit hatch, this is all you're going to see. You can also see this piece right here move better, which gives us more articulation for the head. It's that second joint that I mentioned in the previous video. And also now you can see how these sides here of the chest move up and down to give the arms more range of movement. Of course, seeing as the external armor pieces have been taken off, we've got more of a range here. If the armor pieces were on, it'd be a bit more limited. Also, these thrusters right here wouldn't move as much, but okay. The shoulder armor does sort of have an internal frame. It's these two gray pieces right here with a nice detail inside, although it's probably too dark to see right now. And the blue external shoulder armor piece is just attached to there. Also, I hope you can tell, this is the cockpit right here with a little Char Aznable figure inside. And that's one inconsistency I haven't figured out yet. As I've mentioned before multiple times, in the anime the cockpit is actually in the head, but on the Master Grade, I guess because it's a Master Grade, they felt obligated to include a full cockpit, and they could only fit it into the chest area. So we've got some nice internal frame detail on the lower arms there. The upper arms were exposed before as well, so nothing new there. One thing I will mention, these fingers right here also have these dark gray internal frame parts. I've said that before, and I tried to get these external armor piping pieces off of each finger, but that didn't turn out too well. It's really hard to get these pieces off of the finger joints there, and I actually broke 3 finger joints trying to do that, and I had to glue them together again, so I've got limited articulation on 3 fingers of the right hand right now. I guess a bit of advice I could give anyone who wants to paint this kit: don't actually assemble the fingers prior to painting this kit, because these external pieces that go over the internal frame for the fingers, they're just so hard to get off, and if you force it too much, you can easily break these joints like I did. Luckily, it doesn't show up too well once they're assembled again. So I'll have to think of something clever how to paint these. It'll probably require a lot of masking, and yeah. So just a quick 360 of the upper body. And now I guess I'll just take the Zeong off of this large base and show you the thrusters again. I'm actually going to take these out right now because it's not that difficult. You just have to grab the entire big piece right here, pull it out like so, and then what you get are these 4 dark gray pieces that go into this huge light gray skirt armor piece. And these right here, the big 2 ones, aren't that easy to get out, so I'm not going to actually try to force it right now just to show you this on camera. So I'll put this over here and show you this big piece that all of the thrusters attach to. So now you can better see how these bigger thrusters, hold on, how they come out and how you're able to move them around a bit. I'm sorry, the lighting today is really bad, so I hope you can see most of this. And it's separated into 2 bigger pieces, and the back one can actually be pulled out and move a little bit so we've got more articulation for the back thrusters right here. And of course they're on ball joints, as I mentioned earlier. So the parts count for these thrusters is very high. As you can see, we've got a lot of detail down there, and that's going to be quite a lot of work to paint. If you're going to go the extra mile, you'll want to paint all these cables right here in different colors, metallics. That's probably what I'm going to do. So a lot of nice detail there. Just put these two back in there. Gonna try to get this guy back on the action base or stand. And there we go. Okay, and it's back on its base. So that pretty much does it for the internal frame. I'm not going to put the external armor pieces back on for my final thoughts on this kit. I'm just going to go over that right now. This kit is quite expensive, at least most people would think so, but the thing you have to see is all of the major external armor pieces are so big. It's a lot of plastic, and it's probably very expensive, or it was expensive for Bandai to cast. And the parts count is actually very high. We have a lot of parts on the arms and the fingers, and also under the skirt armor there. And in general, there's a lot of parts involved in building this kit, which is something that you wouldn't really expect seeing the finished kit, because it doesn't really have a lot of detail on the outside, but on the inside there's a lot that goes into building this kit. So the price is justified, but because it doesn't come with too many unique accessories that people would be interested in, a lot of people are probably going to pass on this kit. But if you are a fan of the more unique designs from the One-Year War, especially the iconic retro-looking Zeong suits, this is definitely a kit that you should get. I can really recommend it. I've wanted it for a while, and it surely didn't disappoint me. My expectations with this kit were met. The only thing I dislike a bit is if you recast kits multiple times, eventually you're going to get scarring on pieces, like right here. I don't know if this is showing up too well, but that's something that you'll have to take care of with lots of sanding if you're going to paint the kit, because later on, once you've painted it, these will show up on the finish. Then another thing I would really recommend you do if you're going to paint this kit is don't assemble the fingers prior to painting, because yeah, I pretty much can't get these pipes that go on the fingers off anymore. That's pretty much the biggest complaint I have with this kit. I don't know how I'm going to paint these yet. That'll probably involve a lot of masking, and I'm really not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to the general painting of the kit, and all in all. So yeah, I guess that pretty much does it for this kit. There's not that much to say. It's a really nice kit if you are interested in this design, if you're interested in most Zeong suits and you're a fan of the original series. You should definitely think about picking this kit up. It's a bit old, almost 9 years, so yeah. Despite that, the price hasn't really dropped a lot, but then again, I would say this price is justified. And due to its massive size in 100th scale, it'll definitely stand out from any of the other kits you've got in your collection. So I would really recommend this kit to anyone who is interested in the design. And as I was recording that last bit, the memory card was full, and I actually didn't realize that for another minute, so I lost a little bit of footage, which was a bit annoying, but there's not really that much more to say about this kit anyway. It's a good kit. If you want it, get it. I'm going to be doing some panel line scribing and adding little details. I'll probably upload a work in progress video within the next couple of days. I'll probably review Master Grade Goof 2.0 first though. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to painting this kit. It'll probably be pretty challenging, seeing as big parts with large surfaces are harder to get an even finish on. But yeah, we'll just see how this turns out. I hope it turns out well. And I guess I'll see you in one of my next videos, hopefully. Take care.